It almost smells like Betty Crocker. Hey guys, so today's video is going to be me just kind of chatting, but I'm also going to be trying out some new makeup. I was going through all the stuff that I've gotten that's new and looking at everything, and I realized just how many of the products that I have that are actually from YouTubers or influencers and their brands. And I thought, you know what, might as well kind of try these things out. It's stuff that I really haven't dived into. I want to try this stuff out today and just see how it performs. There's really no complexion products here. There is one, and I'll talk about that, but most of these things are like repeats of similar products. So I've got like the Dominique Cosmetics Berries and Cream palette. This is from Kristi and Dominique's brand. Lunar Beauty Greek Goddess Color Palette. Laura Sanchez Moods Palette. Laura Lee Los Angeles. These are the new single shadows. And then I also have the Alamar Cosmetics palettes as well. So a lot of these are eyeshadow palettes. Can I use that many eyeshadows in one video? No. I am one person. I've also got some glosses, lashes, and highlighters. So subscribe if you have not yet. I upload new videos as often as I can. I shoot for Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. But you know, I am the worst procrastinator in the world. So like the day you guys are watching this is probably the day I'm filming this because there really is no excuse. So this is a product that I want to start with. This is from Laura Sanchez, and we were in the Face Awards together in 2016, and she is the best. This is the only complexion product that I actually have that was created by a YouTuber. This is Martini Prep, and it says here it's a serum primer instant lift, cruelty-free. I'm not a huge primer user, but I am a big moisturizer user, and this does seem like it's probably just going to be very moisturizing. Let's see here. Oh, it's very minty. I was not expecting that. It smells very, almost like tea tree. It does just feel like a very thin serum moisturizer. I never use primers per se because I don't know if I believe in primers. I believe in moisturizing your skin and prepping it, but you know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I've been wrong all this time. This is seeming to get nice and tacky, so that's good. So I think today for my base, I'm gonna use the CYO Life Proof Foundation. I just watched a Jaclyn Hill video this morning and she was doing her foundation with this sponge, and I was like, all right, I wanna use that sponge. It has been a lot going on in the makeup world. I can't even say makeup world because it has nothing to do with makeup. On Twitter, I have seen a lot going on as far as people saying, you know, the beauty community is dead and the beauty community is the most toxic place on the internet and we need to replace all of the people in the beauty community with new fresh faces. Do I agree that there has been an unbelievably unnecessary amount of things happening in what I guess you would consider the beauty community? Without a doubt, without a doubt. It's a blanket statement to say that the beauty community needs to be replaced, like influencers, beauty influencers need to be replaced because it's so much drama and negativity. 99.9% of us don't want to or never will insert ourselves into this shit. The things that are the most dramatic get the most attention, and the things that aren't, don't. If it's actors, it's always the ones that have the most crazy lives that end up on the tabloids or in the magazines. It's always the people who just keep their head down and kind of do their own thing that aren't highlighted. And I have seen so many people comment that the beauty community is the most ugly community of all. That'd be like everybody saying that all vloggers are awful, horrible people because of Logan Paul. That's just like a crazy overgeneralization. It's not the fact, and the fact is that we just want makeup tutorials. Doesn't watch makeup tutorials. Makeup videos are still there. They just aren't getting views. The people are still there. There are people making makeup tutorials left and right, doing swatch videos left and right, talking about product reviews and doing things that are just like totally under the radar. And that's why it's under the radar, because it never has been the hyped thing. It's just, I think, human nature to like go towards the crazy things that are happening, understand what people mean when they say it. I just don't agree with it. I just think it's a blanket statement that easily generalizes a whole group of people but makes the whole group look really bad. I've even seen like news media outlets being like, oh my god, the beauty space on YouTube. God, if this isn't what we've been trying to go against for the longest time, to realize that it's not some vain, money-hungry, shitty place where people are fighting and all this kind of stuff. That happens, sure, but it happens in every group. And the majority of us are not like that. The majority of us want no fucking part of that and have always continued to try to stay a place where it's just like a positive outlet or just like really honest or really forthcoming. I'm not putting myself on a high horse at all. I learn and grow every single day. I think getting too involved in people's lives on the internet, it's always going to be disappointing because these are not actors acting that you're like falling in love with their character. These are people. And we are just as flawed as the rest of y'all. The beauty community does not consist of 3 people. I don't know, man. I don't even know what my point of trying to say this is. It just feels like such a slap in the face to see so many people doing such incredible things and not getting the recognition that they deserve. There are some really good people out there. Rambling, and let's get into the rest of the makeup. So I've got a few different eyeshadow palettes here that I want to try, and it's really hard for me to know what to try. This is the Greek Goddess palette from Lunar Beauty, and I really want to go for like a bronzy look today, and I'm talking like Kim K Met Gala bronzy. There are some good bronzy shades in here, so I'll keep this in mind. This is what the whole inside looks like. This is the Moods palette from Laura Sanchez. Not super bronzy shades in this one, so I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find what I want, but that's a pretty palette right there. This is the Dominique Cosmetics Berries and Cream palette. And this is kind of the color I want to go for, maybe mix with a little bit of this. Maybe I'll try to mix a few of the palettes together and get what I'm going for here. I think I'm going to start off with like Rhea and then a little bit of Artemis here from the Lunar Beauty Greek Goddess palette. This has a big ass mirror in it. Really nice big mirror. I like that a lot. Ooh. Ooh, that's blending really nicely right off the bat. Oh, I like the way these are blending. I've used the Life's a Drag palette back in the day. I'll try to link it up here. And I really liked that palette as well. I feel like it blended really nicely. You didn't have to work too hard to get it blended out. It just kind of works with you. These shades are a little warmer than I wanted for this eye look. They're really beautiful. I do love a good warm eyeshadow, but I wanted it to be a little more bronzy than I did just like a really warm tone look. So I'm gonna try to go through some of these shades and like build it on top of this to like mix and make it a little more bronzy. How many times am I gonna freaking ass say bronzy in this? Bronzy, bronzy. Blending it majority in the outer and inner corners because I want there to be that really center spotlight. Yeah, this is a bit of a cooler toned brown right here from the Berries and Cream palette from Dominique Cosmetics. I really like how the stamp is in there. I like the logo a lot for all of these. Chocolate mousse. Yummy. Let's see. I still am in that same brush. Just trying to fluff it all throughout that area. This is still a bit warm. It's pretty nice and depthy. I feel like that's blending out easily as well. It's gotta be so hard to be a brand owner and to decide when you think your products are actually perfect and ready to be on the shelf. I can't even imagine how stressful it would be to release products hoping that people like them. I need to find like a really golden shade. I feel like this one from the Dominique Cosmetics is sort of what I'm looking for right here. So I'm gonna dip my finger into that. This is Honey Dipped. Oh yeah, that's really pretty. Oh yeah, I like that. I'm gonna take it up higher in the center here. It's pretty. That's the color I was looking for. Like that true, I'm not saying it, I'm not saying the word. And the Berries and Cream palette does have a black in it, and I do think I want to take a smaller brush and just really deepen up the outer corners, especially on the top and bottom. So I'm going to dip into that shade right here, which is Blackberry. Maybe mix it with a bit of Chocolate Mousse. Really deepen up the inner and outer here. That's pretty. I feel like with lashes it's going to be really pretty. So for lashes, I want to use these, which are the Time Los Angeles Luxury Lashes, and these are in the style Duchess. These are a faux mink lash, and Time LA is created by Ashley Wagner. These are quite intense lashes. These are lashes. I think anybody who comes up with a brand, you gotta have some really, really good anti-stressors in your life, because I cannot imagine owning my own makeup company. It'd be so great and so cool, but like, oh my God, it would give me the most anxiety. I can't even imagine coming up with products all the time and then hoping that people like them. Oh my God. Look at those lashes. Those are some big ass lashes. I want to take this shade from Lunar Beauty. This is Hira. Oh, I forgot to mention, Lunar Beauty is now in Sephora too. Sephora, how freaking cool is that? How cool is that? Ooh, 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 yes, that's pretty. Look at that. It's kind of like a more golden undertone in that one. Ooh, I like that very much. Very creamy shadow. You see that? See how reflective that is? Those are some lashes. Okay, so I just finished my eyes with the palette. I still have to put my mascara on. I think that every palette performed really well. Like, I don't have any issues with any of them. Did get some fallout from almost all of them, but that's pretty average with shadows. If that really bothers you, you may want to watch more reviews, see what you think, see what other people's opinions are. Don't just base yours solely off of mine. I'm not doing like a review on really any of these. Just kind of trying them out for the first time and seeing what kind of look I can create. I think that this eye look is really pretty. It's very intense. I still need to put my liner and my mascara on. So I'm gonna go do that real quick, and then we're gonna move on. I don't have any like bronzer, so I'm gonna come back with my bronzer on, and I think I'm gonna use the Fenty Shady Biz bronzer again, because I'm really liking that bronzer right now. And then I'm gonna come back, we'll put blush, we'll do lips, we'll do highlight. I've got all that. And then that's that. I don't need to explain myself. I'm doing it. Okay, so that is bronzer, brows done. Now I'm gonna move on to blush. I received these blush palettes from Alamar Cosmetics, who again, the owner is Gabby T. MUA. She is amazing, love her so much. This is the Fair Light Blush Trio, and this is the Medium Tan Blush Trio. I'm gonna go in with this one here from the Fair Light Blush Trio. Ooh, okay, it's very subtle, but that's kind of nice because then you don't have to worry about over applying it. It does seem to have a bit of luminosity in it. I might test out the other one. I think this is definitely suited for very fair skin tones, which I would say I generally am, but you know, maybe not today. So I'm gonna go in with this shade here. I might kind of mix these two here. Oh yeah. But even still, they're not like too pigmented. Like the color is there and I feel like it's giving me a nice flush of shade on my cheeks, but it's not too much. Now these do kind of kick up a bit when you dip into them, but ooh, I like those. I like that they're kind of like a peachier tone as well. All right, so the thing I'm the most excited about and what really made me want to do this video is that I received these in the mail. These are from Lunar Beauty. These are the highlighters, and the packaging could not be better in my opinion, because look at this. It looks like a crescent moon. Then it looks like a moon, and it's the Moon Prism powders. And then when you pull it out, look at the actual packaging for the highlighters. Love it so much. It's so pretty in person too. So this is the shade Mars, Jupiter. Ooh, definitely best for deep skin tones. Look at that. Oh, Mercury and Venus. Ooh. I think I'm gonna use Mercury because I just feel like it's best suited for my skin tone probably. I don't know, what do you think? Oh, very, very light, let's see. Oh, wow, okay. You know what, I'm gonna spray my face real quick. What happened? Oh my God, look at my face. Look at my face. What just happened? Remedy this weirdness. This is the Catrice Prime and Fine Dewy Glow, and I love that usually, but bitch. So I think I'm gonna go in with my Sigma tapered highlighter brush. Woo! Very bright. Look at that. Ooh, whoa. I'm gonna try out one of these other shades here. This one was a little bit darker. This is the shade Venus. And this one, it may show up a little dark on me, but we'll see. Maybe not, maybe not. See if it really doesn't give me that darkness. I was worried that sometimes highlighters can look highlighted directly, and then when you turn your face, they look like they have a bit of a dark hue to them. Just kind of patting over the top of it with the sponge to kind of melt it in. Very reflective shades, very reflective. The first shade that I used has kind of more of like a yellowy golden undertone. This one is more of like a champagne-y. Okay, I want to use some setting spray that wasn't the Prime and Fine because we saw how that went a moment ago. This one has a really fine mister on it. This is the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. Like the finest mister I've ever used in my life. If you've ever been wondering, feels like nothing. I wanted to be a glowy bitch today, all right? And I am one. So I want some like big, juicy glossies. That's what they call me. I'm gonna use this liner from ColourPop. This is the shade Another Round. I feel like maybe I could go for a little bit darker of a shade. I did bring one over, which I might do. So I'm gonna try this shade just to go a little bit darker. This is Beeper. I find it so interesting how like the dark lip liner trend is like back. It's something I never saw coming back. All right, and then I've got a few different glosses here that I want to look through and see if one kind of suits my fancy a little bit more. This is the Lunar Beauty gloss in the shade Selene. Oh, this is like a sparkly one. This is that shade. Ooh, okay, okay. Maybe I'll do that as like a finishing topper shade. Okay, this is like a gold one. I'm not a big metallic gold lip gloss fan. Maybe this other one's more like a creamy. Both of these from Alamar are really pretty, but not what I'm going for today. Well, that's so weird. I cannot find my other lip products, and I don't know if I have them. So I'm just gonna use Dream Date from ColourPop. All right, and now I'm gonna go in with Selene from Lunar Beauty. This is the packaging here. Ooh. Ooh. Smell of that lip gloss. Oh my God, it smells like the most delicious vanilla frosting. It almost smells like Betty Crocker. All right, and this is the finished look. So I'm gonna give you guys my brief rundown. This is my first trial of everything that I used here today, but I feel like everything I used performed just great. I don't have any issues with anything. I feel like the highlighter looks really, really glowy and beautiful, and I just really like it. I think the eyeshadows all performed really well. I don't think any one of them seemed to perform less good or less bad. They all seem very similar in formula, if I'm being honest, like very blendable, easy to work with. Nothing was patchy or flaky. As you can see, everything just kind of goes right together, no issues. The lashes are huge. I'm kind of gearing away from such massive lashes lately, but these do look really beautiful with the look, and I do really love them. Duchess was one of my favorite lashes for a while there when I was really into like the massive, like if a windstorm came, I would fly away lashes. I do still think they're insanely beautiful. I just think that for a normal everyday look, I go now with a little shorter and a little more curled, but these are still really beautiful lashes, and I love that they are faux mink, which is really important to me. I feel like I'm so annoyed that I couldn't find my other lip products. It's so stupid. Everything else seemed to perform really well. About the Martini Prep, like my skin didn't seem to react to it. I have no issues with it. It did seem to sink in really well and get a nice tacky base down, so that's good. A good, nice serum-y feeling on the skin. I think that it's really, really neat when YouTubers come out with their own line. How cool is it that YouTube has allowed people to cross from just sitting in their rooms with their cameras making videos like this to having their own well-established brands like in Sephora or in other retailers or even being sold online. Like how cool is that you know, people just had these dreams and then created it to fruition with such cool products, and they just kind of started like you and me. So I just find that to be really inspiring and really awesome. Kudos to people who can do this. I really love the way this face of makeup turned out. I feel really pretty in this. I think a lot of these products could probably be duped out with other products. So if you already have things in your collection that look very similar and you're wondering, do I need this? You have to decide that for yourself if you feel like you need it with what you currently own. Overall, I just think that it's so cool that YouTubers have brands. I just think that's so cool, man. That's the video. I hope you guys like this video and that this video wasn't too all over the place. I think we all just, whew, man, I had gotten to a point where I was dreading going online. If I really just focused on what was going on in my everyday life, like, oh, gotta feed my cats right now. Oh, and gotta go to the grocery store later and get some food. That's my actual life. Like, that's the stuff that's actually going on in my day. It's starting to poison your mind, and this shit really does poison our minds. We feel like the world is crumbling down all around us, when really nothing in our lives has changed all that much. But when you allow it to, and when you allow it to come in and just really consume the shit out of your day, it can start to take over your brain and make everything seem so clouded and negative. Just perspective shift it, it can really help. So that's all I'm gonna say about that. And I love you guys so much. And I thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe if you have not yet, and I will see you at my next video. Bye! And then, oh my God, I literally almost broke every single one of those products. And brush fell out. Whoopsie. Oh my God, I need to pluck my eyebrows.
Hi, my name's Chris Appleton, celebrity hairstylist.
Oh, shut up,
and I'm
Chris.
here to tell you about my little secret for gorgeous, thick hair. Glam Seamless hair extensions. They're super seamless.
Who has seen this ad more times than they care to ever admit? I'm kind of piling it. I'm piling it up in the corners. It's real piley. Please go spread some positivity and love and no positivity.